Greetings, all. Shardvixen here. So here's my new mask. I like it. I don't know if you guys like it. It's a little, needs a little stuff right here, I think. I need to edge it out a little bit. But I can see out of it really well. It's been face formed, so it fits really well. So, I don't know. You guys have to tell me what you think of it. Some people says, my son picks on me and says it looks too much like a wolf or a mouse. But he's just picking on me. These are not ears. These are just the form. I have, someday I'll make my little headset of ears. I have the materials. I'm moving the camera around. So, alright, today is Rambling 101. I'm sorry that it's been so long, if any of you are very interested in my vlogs. But, I've had some bad times. Not bad times, it's just bumpy roads. I decided that's kind of the way my life is. It's like these bouts of Shardvixen effect. Whoa! And then these bouts of, oh my lord. And then there's just this as I ramble along. So my PC was having some issues, and I got that kind of fixed. Really what it has come down to is that the person who sold me the computer knew nothing about what I needed the computer for, even though I explained to him what I need the computer for. And then he proceeded to sell me a computer that he didn't know if would do what I needed it to do, because he didn't know what I needed it to do. So therefore, a year later, it is no longer doing what I need it to do. I can't run the editor I was using on it, so now I have to, I don't want to learn a whole new editor, because this will be my fourth one. So I've decided what I'm doing is that I hooked up the old computer I had when I first started my channel, and it's upstairs. And what I'm going to do, this is going to be really funny, is I'm going to record my vlog. I'm going to put it on my computer, move it to my USB, because the one upstairs doesn't take it off of here very well, off the tablet. Then I'm going to run it upstairs, and I'm going to use the Movie Maker to put the beginning and the endings and edit it. Movie Maker is pretty cool, so it's fine. I like it. Not a problem. But I'm thinking, maybe this part doesn't need to be there. Or maybe it needs to be lower. I don't know. It's not, it's a totally different mask than my other mask. I am thinking, though, if I make another mask, I may just do the white like I had before on the front here. It just seemed like when I was painting it, it just seemed like it was too much white. So you guys can let me know. And maybe my little eyebrows here, maybe they need a little more darker color, so they're not so white. I don't know. You guys would know better. I'm kind of rocking, because my backside hurts. So, and then I've had some binge eating issues, which, okay, so someday I am going to do an animation. I have it all written up. I have a storyboard for it. I just keep kind of consciously pushing it aside. But it's about my depression. And so, and how it affects me and how long it's affected me in a cartoonish way. So I have refrained from talking about it in a vlog, because I'm going to do intro and then the animation 5 years later. I don't know, somewhere down the road. But I have eating issues because of the sensory, which I did talk about. And then I have eating issues that are connected to my depression. So I am a binge eater. If you don't know what a binge eater is, the typical kind of mythical lore of a binge eater is the person that who eats very good all through the day, and then at night crawls out of her bed or his bed and sneaks downstairs to pull out a very old box of ice cream that's sitting in the back of the freezer, and proceeds to eat the whole gallon of ice cream in one sitting. That's the idea of a binge eater. But that's not all the things that a binge eater can be. So binge eating really is where you feel this urge to eat in one sitting. So you just want to keep putting things in your mouth. I was a smoker for a long time, and that kind of cut down that binge eating issue. It didn't do it a lot, but when I felt the need to binge eat, I could smoke, and that put something in my mouth. That always brings up all those nasty ideas of somebody saying, I know what I can put in your mouth. That'll help. No. Maybe for a little bit, but not for long periods of time. So it can occur for me, binge eating, anytime. Like, I could be eating a bowl of cereal and all of a sudden get this urge to just keep eating a bowl of cereal. Like, keep pouring more cereal in and keep eating it and more. For me, my binge eating, though it rests with my mood swings, it also is connected to my sensory. And if something tastes good, like in the moment, it doesn't have to be that it tastes good all the time. It's just in that moment, that's a really great bowl of cereal. Man, that cereal, I just can taste it. Its flavor just, it makes me want to go more. And then I just keep shoveling this cereal in. So what will happen is some of my favorite foods. I got cats chasing cats. Get! No! Dog go. Dog chasing cat. Some of my favorite foods will trigger that. So, like, my son made spare ribs. I love spare ribs. Okay? I don't eat a lot of meat, but I love spare ribs. So he made spare ribs because we got him an Instapot to help with his eating problems. He is a binge eater also. Lots of people with sensory disorder tend to be binge eaters. They just kind of shovel the food in because it tastes good, and they just keep shoveling it, and then, we all puff up. Those who get skinny, like have a really high metabolism, can be binge eaters. That's how I was when I was younger. I was really, like, skinny, so I was, like, always shoveling food in my mouth. And I was always running and doing other things. So as long as the amount of food you put in your body is expended by the amount of calories, being a binge eater is never really a problem, except for the fact that the only reason you're a binge eater is probably because you have other issues going on. So think of it like a drug, okay? So the food is my drug. And when I eat the food, it makes me feel really good. So what do I want to do? I want to keep eating the food. The side effect of that is that it tastes really good. So he made spare ribs, and the barbecue sauce was really good. The meat was really tender. So I ate 2. And then a couple hours later, I came back, ate 2 more. And then I sat there looking at it, and there were 4 left. And I thought, I'll just eat all 4 because I'm going to eat them anyway. Why not eat them? The whole purpose of my diet, though, is that it doesn't take away the things I like to eat. It just takes away the amount and how many times I eat it. So eating those 4 spare ribs in one sitting was not in coordinates with my diet. I always hate to say my diet, because our idea is that a diet is a temporary thing. You do a diet, you lose weight, you go back to what you're eating. So I'm not doing that kind of diet. I'm doing a diet where I'm trying to lose the weight, but I'm also trying to control my eating problems so that I don't gain more weight when I'm done with the diet. So I'm trying to shrink the amounts that I eat and take pleasure in those amounts rather than the urge to keep putting something in my mouth. So I struggled with that for 3 days, made myself sick because I ate more than I should eat, and I ate things I shouldn't eat. Because there are things you shouldn't eat, okay, in abundance. Like bonbons. You probably wouldn't eat bonbons, like cookies. You probably shouldn't eat cookies continuously. And spare ribs. You probably shouldn't eat a whole rack of spare ribs. I mean, in one sitting. There are people that do it, and I'm not dishing on you. I'm just saying that probably in the overall long scheme of things, unless you're eating the same double amount of vegetables, you probably shouldn't be eating a whole rack of spare ribs. There isn't a whole lot of meat on spare ribs, so that too. My question is, why do they call it a spare rib? Do you really think that the cow didn't need that rib, or the pig didn't need that rib? I'm thinking they did. Of course, they don't have it now. So I fluctuate between vegetarian and non-vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for 5 years. I didn't eat any meat except eggs. And I know they have a new word for that. I'm not even going to figure out the word off the top of my head right now. But I didn't eat meat for 5 years. Part of the reason at that time was because I didn't like the idea that we killed animals for meat. I had a period of time in which that's how I felt. And then that kind of changed over a period of time. Not so much for a justification, but just because most of the food that's in the store now has already been killed in the past. So to only now, if I stop eating meat now and stop buying it, then there won't be more meat made. That's the goal, but you have to have lots of people to do it. So whether I don't eat meat or not, for me, doesn't change the fact that there's still going to be meat out there. I don't have any qualms about eating animals. I don't. I should, but I don't. When I was a vegetarian for those 5 years, I didn't really think I had a qualm either then. I mean, I ate eggs, so it wasn't a big deal. I just didn't eat meat because it was easier not to. That's really the end of the result. I didn't have a lot of money, and meat was really expensive, and in the end, it was just easier not to eat meat. It was cheaper to eat other things like eggs and cheese, which I love cheese more than I love meat. So, right now, I'm struggling with sandwiches. I love bread and cheese. It's one of my favorite foods to eat. But breads have a lot of calories. Cheese has a lot of calories. So of the two, bread and cheese sandwiches probably aren't the best thing for me to be eating on my diet. So food is a huge struggle for me. I didn't eat a lot when I did drugs. Interesting enough. So when I quit drugs, I started eating more. So when I quit smoking cigarettes, I ate more. When I didn't drink alcohol, I ate more. So in the end, it come down to one type of drug I have left, and that's food. And that, food still makes me really happy. One of the things I noticed, though, is I can talk to other people about their food, and that seems to make me happy. And I can watch cooking shows, and that makes me really happy. And I'm making better choices because we went out for my son's 15th birthday. It was probably Joe's birthday last Monday. We went out for breakfast was the idea, but no, very few people ordered breakfast. They ended up ending lunches. And I could consciously think about not eating French toast because my brain was all like, well, it's at least 120 calories for 3 slices of toast, not counting the eggs you put on it to make the French toast. That's how we make it here. I don't know if we make it that way all over the United States, but most of the places I've been, they make French toast in the United States the same way. So I think my struggle with my food then counterparts the part making me feel sad. And then I have negative thoughts. So when you have mood swings, negative thoughts are what pull you down. And no matter how much you don't believe in the negative thoughts, there's a point in time where your brain just kind of goes, yeah, I do believe in them. I mean, I don't believe that I'm ugly. I don't really believe that nobody likes me. I kind of know people don't like me, but I don't believe that everybody doesn't like me. I don't believe that I'm a horrible person or a failure. But when you feel bad and those voices are just rolling through your head continuously, even if you don't believe them, they just make you feel worse. So those negative voices in your head. And learning to avoid the negative voices is a behavioral cognitive thing, and you really have to do a lot of self-talk positive affirmatives. So you really have to counter that, and it just becomes so tiring at points of time that it's really easier not to. Hang on. Sorry? Angry spot? Having a 15-year-old is so hard. This is my second time around. I've worked with lots of 15-year-olds, but they go home. They don't stay with me. Teenagers are just, they're little adults, man. I'm not really fond of little adults in my house. I've decided one of the other things I need. I don't have a space of my own. Everywhere I have, there's no place to say, don't come in. We're having struggles with, Mom says, I do. And then, or it's, when it was my daughter, tell her, Mom says, and oh, I'm not feeling, I like to feel, I've been getting things done, though, slowly and surely. This week, I'm going back to animation, because the computer was down the week before. And then I've been cleaning it off to see if I could run the editor, which I can't run the editor. So now I got to finish the animation setups, and then I got to take them, like I do, USB, and take them upstairs, put them in the Movie Maker. Plus side was I'll be getting a brand new computer next year. That'll be the next thing. It just seems like I do one thing, and then there's more to do. And I'm gonna wait till next year because my channel doesn't seem to be the YouTube channel doesn't seem to be rolling along very fast. I've been perpetually in the same place for 6 months now. I gain 2, I lose 2, I gain 2, I lose 2. So I'm perpetually here. I'll be really excited if I ever get to 350. If you want to stay at 350, that'll be fine. I'm sure most of those people, none of them watch me anymore. I would think I go through and clear out my thing. Nobody ever does it. I go through because sometimes channels just all of a sudden, that channel doesn't exist anymore. What channel was it? I don't even remember. I'd like to try to fine-tune it to the ones I watch all the time. I kind of feel bad because there is a kind of a social norm in YouTube. Is I sub to you, you sub to me. We're in a group together. We sub to each other. We do, we encourage, we build. So my cutoff is that when you hit 1,000, you no longer need me. I mean, unless you're 1,000. Just add 1,000 and I leave, that's 999. I kind of wait a couple days for you to move past 1,000 subs, and then I will, if I'm not watching you, I just, okay, you've made it, you're successful, because you're above me at that point. Lots of people are moving past me. Some people are moving past me really fast, so then that adds to those negative voices in your head. You're not good enough, you're never going to be good enough, nobody likes you, nobody want to watch you, you're stupid to try this, you should stop. And that's really kind of the struggle I have all the time, is that I don't want to listen to negative voices, right? So I don't stop. But then what if those aren't really negative voices but common sense? Should I just stop? I'm a very tenacious kind of person. I won't stop until I absolutely am forced to stop. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stop. I won't stop anytime soon, of course. I got new plans. So speaking of new plans, so my goal had always been to pick up series of video games because there's so many of them out there, and I was so late at starting to play some of them. So right now I'm doing BioShock, which I have 1 and 2. I have to check to see if Infinite is one I need. I can't remember. But we're going to run that. I got Fable 1, 2, and 3, so we're doing that. I will be getting back to Dragon Age, just not right at the moment. So that's what my videos are going to do. And I don't know if you caught on to that, because I was playing Tomb Raider, and then I do videos of each of the Tomb Raiders. So Rise of Tomb Raider, at this point, will no longer be being streamed. It will only be in video content. So be on the lookout for that one. And I'm going to be mixing it up a little bit with more videos. So I'm doing Horizon Zero Dawn. I did a couple of stuff from that last night to put in with the thing. I'd like to finish that game out. I'm not sure I will, because I'm not sure I'm good enough. So we'll see if I get there. Which is probably why it's taken so long, because I'm not really good at that game. I love the game. Love it. Love the story. Would play it continuously all the time if I didn't have 15 million other games to play. But so the run's going to be for a little while. I'm going to start, that's what it is. I'm going to start Final Fantasy series. Now, that had been my goal. I was trying to accumulate as many of the Final Fantasies as I can get. I now have 10 to 15. Genghis Ron has been trying to explain Final Fantasy 14 to me. So it probably will be mostly videos for that. I'm not sure yet. I might start. Usually what I do is the very first one is a stream, and then we do videos from that. So Fable is going to be videos for a while. I'm going to bounce between BioShock and Fable, depending on which one I feel like playing. But Fable's one where I'd like to just sit and I'll play it, and I'll do some recordings from it, because I don't do a Let's Play. Okay, so this one's going to go a little longer, because this was on my mind to talk about. When I started YouTube, I did it the way other people did it for a while because I didn't know any better. That's how I do things. I copy other people for a while, see how it goes, and then I branch out. When I joined the Gapnik gang, I started seeing other types of streaming. I started to see other types of stuff. My channel, I really wanted to center on the animation, but animation takes so long, especially for me. So, how it works, and I know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, is my channel, Grammy Plays Games, is kind of a filler for Wild Rhyme Time Studios, which will have its own channel eventually. Right now, it's kind of between the Eliza Jane Bout channel and Grammy Plays Games. And Grammy Plays Games the idea was to generate enough people to be interested to watch me, that then when my animation came out, people will watch that. The vlogs were because I started watching other people's vlogs and I thought, that's really cool. I can do that. That's something I can do. Whether anybody wants to listen to me or not is a wholly different thing. But I could do vlogs. And so that's where the vlogs came about. But I have so much to talk about, and my brain does that I separated it so that I have, that's for me, not for you guys. It's so I can topic stuff, and then I have the Rambling 101, which just is me going verbally. And I'm a verbal all the time, so if you get me going, it's blah, 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 blah. Though I notice sometimes I'm talking about the same stuff, so I try to, that's why at Rambling I do that, because if I'm talking about the same stuff, you can just say, she's rambling, and we move on. Which is also why we have the topics, so I don't hit the same conversations over and over and over. It'll be flavored by my same experiences, and for 4 years I've had no experiences except in these walls. I don't get out, I don't do anything, I can't go anywhere. I am slowly changing that and trying to get out and do stuff, but driving is a problem, busing is a problem, walking is about the best thing I have. It's summertime, so I try to go out walking. I don't always get that done either. So that's kind of where this whole thing is going, is that, so Sundays are my stream days. I stream an hour and a half so I can take a break in between. It's Assassin's Creed. It's going to be Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, whatever freebie one, and No Man's Sky. Ark is coming out, so No Man's Sky is going after it. If Beyond comes out before Ark's map comes out, then I'll play more No Man's Sky. If Ark map comes out before Beyond comes out, I'll be playing more of that. The Convergence contests are ending this week coming up, July 6th. There'll be voting going on for that, and then we'll do the conversion, and then I'm done with that whole thing, and then I will be going back to doing videos and gaming and vlogs and sometimes crafting and other stuff with the kids. We did a stream yesterday for Boo Boy, and he did River Bond, but he didn't really, I guess, like it as much. He gets bored, is what it is. That's why I try to do only an hour with him. But so that's a little channel update that I wanted to get in there. So, if you don't see me online a lot, I'm sick. Okay, I'm either, well, I could be out with the kids, but usually I say that on my Discord. For the most part, if I'm not active, I'm in bed. And sometimes it's really bad. And then if I get depressed, but I'm not sick, I'm still in bed. So this week's been a struggle because about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I start to lose energy. I gotta go back to lay down. I don't sleep. I just can't move. My brain don't work. My body don't want to work. It's just, and that's probably the most disabling part of the fibromyalgia for me. So, alright, that's it. It was a really long video. I'm sorry, a vlog. I hope you guys like the mask. Let me know if you do, you don't. Mask making is one of those crafts that I'm kind of working on the side. I'm going to make some masks for somebody else. We'll see if they pop up floating around through the internet. I'm never, one of the things about me, from my point of view, is I'm never great or awesome or spectacular. I'm always just right below that in things. My masks are good, they're great, but they're never spectacular. My artwork is good, it's great, maybe sometimes awesome, but never spectacular. I keep striving to hit that spectacular. And then because I don't, the negative voices come. And then I start to feel bad. And then I start to notice things. And I take them the wrong way. And then I feel bad. So it's a struggle for me not to feel bad. Hopefully, I'm going to get back to making my own animation pretty soon too. And stop trying to make other people's animation. Because my head says, oh, we don't want to touch on those subjects. They're very sensitive. And we want them to be spectacular. Not just good, not just great, not just good enough. Alright, so that's it. I'm out of here. Catch y'all later. Next vlog will be Know Thyself. I don't know what it is, but that's what the next vlog will be. Alright, catch y'all on the flip side.